Yo,
you
yo, Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I am your favorite armchair today.
and I am your favorite couch scout extraordinaire, Tony. Come on one time, cuz what is good?
Hey, what's good? Cause I'm in my I'm in my old school MTV phase today. I am the great cornholio as my shirt.
The cornhole.
The
Oh
great
wow.
cornholio.
Wow. That is crazy.
So
That is
all I gotta do
crazy.
now is throw the back over my head and go down the street yelling, "I need tea." What's good with you, cuz?
Man, I can't call it, you know me. Ain't shit slick to a can of oil, my guy.
Hey, there you
You
go.
know?
Hey, look, hold on,
Yeah.
look. Ain't shit slick to a can of oil, trying to put the paint where it ain't. Sticks in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Guess I call it even.
Come on
Hey,
with it.
but hey, keep hey, that's all I got right now.
Yeah, shaking
That's all
honey
I got.
from a tree, you know.
Taking honey from a tree. That's I gotta write that one
Yeah.
down too. I gotta write that one down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, everybody join us. Welcome. If it's your first time, please do us a favor. Like the stream, help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. Check us out on all social medias in the stands. Check us out on Twix. That's a mix of Twitter and X, like we like to call it. Check us out at Stands ITS. Right. And Tony, before we get our topic here, let me go ahead and get into some comments, cuz scroll back up because as
Okay.
the intro was playing, as the intro was playing, some of our some of our dedicated listeners had me in the chat rolling. Uh, so I'm
Okay.
sitting there trying to type and respond while the intro was going, and look, I almost didn't get my eyes back up in time to catch when the thing started. So let me
Yeah.
go ahead. Rob Walt, what's good, CJ
What's
and
up,
Tony? How you
Raw?
doing, buddy?
What's going on,
SC
my guy?
Page 4 says, "Sup, guys? Really appreciate you going live today. Got my wisdom teeth yesterday. I'm in bed
Oh,
all day. I love the content. Hey, I sent him a
appreciate
reply.
you, my
I
guy.
said, all right. I said, take it easy. Don't end up on nobody's TikTok today. Got them people be going to get their wisdom teeth pulled. They all doped up on the numbing medicine. They and everything they should be
Oh,
saying. So yeah, take it easy, bro. Take it easy." Panther Dog. Boy, let me
what's
tell you,
up,
I wish you showed
PD?
up this time. I wish you showed up this time last week, son. God Almighty, I wish you
Hey,
showed up this time last week,
if he could have just been on the phone call last night.
man. Oh yeah, bro. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh my
We were
God,
like, hey, Panther Dog, don't give us no slack, boy. That would have been.
none
What's up,
whatsoever.
Doug? See Doug. He said, "Yo, yes, sir. Another day close to training camp. What's up, big cut? Yes,
What's up,
another
Doug?
day closer to training camp. I'm proud to say I got me some damn tickets. Yes, I will be there.
All right,
Yo, crazy thing is, Tony. Okay, so the Panther site was like, get your tickets through Ticketmaster the 9th. Okay, so I
right.
know everybody would I about to say NIL. Damn, PSL. I was about to say NIL. Oh my god, I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody with a
Oh God,
PSL, they could go get tickets on the 8th. All right, cool.
right,
So here come the 9th come around, and I was up at 5 something in the morning. So actually, at midnight, I looked at my phone. I was like, okay, so it's not like watching Power or The Shy. No, you can't start it at midnight. I was like, okay, bet. Got up
right,
about 5 something, close to 6 in the morning. Grabbed my phone, nothing. All right, cool. Got up, went to work. 8 o'clock come, nothing. 9 o'clock come, nothing. Mind you, I'm on Ticketmaster site, refreshing the
right.
page, refreshing the page, refreshing the page, because I'm like, hey, they said get your tickets through Ticketmaster. And lo and behold, my good friend, my good buddy, what's up, Doug? Good old C Dougie, was like, hey, the tickets are live. And I'm like, no, the hell they not. I'm sitting here with my mouth like, I'm seeing just clicking, clicking, clicking. And I'm like, what are you
Right.
talking about? These tickets ain't live. He was like, no, go to the Panther site, go to the training camp thing, and then scroll. You talking about a motherfucker that was mad? Oh, I was pissed. I was pissed because I was sitting there like, I know these tickets are limited, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to get any tickets. But hey, lo and behold, got on there, got me some tickets. So good. And if anybody's out there, if y'all want to go to training camp and you don't have a ticket, I probably have 2 tickets for each day that I can give to somebody. Just let me know if y'all need them, and I'll be more than happy. Okay, so y'all
Already.
just let me know.
That's
I
what's up.
think some days I know my son's probably gonna go in most days, and maybe it's 20. My wife might come maybe on a couple of weeks. That's 4. But I do have 2 extra tickets for just about most of the practices. I'm only going to miss back to football and the back to football fan fest and the practice on the 12th. Okay, I'm missing the practice on the 12th just because I just didn't. Y'all let me know. But yeah, but okay, but let me go ahead and get back to the Vietnam. What's going on, big dog? How you doing?
What's good, Fed? Nah.
Man, the dog said, "What's up, Dub?" Hit flag on the play. Big rich homie, Uncle Quan. What's going on? How you doing? How
Quan,
you
what's
doing?
going on, my guy?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. You know what I missed? Like, oh, J Bomber. Hey, how you doing? He said, "Greetings and salutations. Finally watching y'all live from the." Hey, appreciate you, man.
What's
Appreciate
going
you
on,
joining.
Jay?
Look, in the car say, just to make y'all jealous. I got some greens, macaroni and cheese, oxtail, and cornbread for breakfast.
Hold
Hey,
on.
I'm jealous of everything
You
but that damn oxtail. You can have that.
you gotta see what he posted on Twitter like 35 minutes ago. Talking about when are we going to discuss Eddie P? That's what really matters. I got a 45-minute PowerPoint of him missing 2 very important kicks in Atlanta. He said a 45
What's
minute
our
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint? Hey,
This
he must
dude,
have broke
yo.
that down by micro frames.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, in the car, I tell you what.
A
I tell
bunch.
you what. I tell you what. If you promise to come on one show with us, we'll talk about Eddie P. But you have to come on.
With your slide.
You say
Come
you
on, come
yeah,
on with your
yeah,
PowerPoint.
with your PowerPoint slides, and we're gonna dedicate that whole live to Eddie P.
So what's good, Zo? How you doing, bud?
What's
What's
good,
going
Zo?
on? All right. It
It's
look,
so
I can't. He ass stumped double today. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. What's up, Dig? How you doing, bud?
What's up, dig it?
I said, yes, sir. Working on episode 2, trying to push the content out before college come out. Yes, and I told Quan, I said I saw him on if y'all don't know, Quan has a gaming channel, and he just put a video recently. He's playing FIFA, and correct me if I'm wrong, Quan, but you was going through like the career mode or the make your player thing, and when I say when I started looking at it, Quan was narrating. He was narrating. The guy was playing. He was doing whatever. And I was sitting there like, oh
Yeah.
shoot! I said, Quan got the whole theatric stuff going on in the background. He giving this whole soliloquy about his career and all that. I said, okay. I said, go ahead, Quan. I said, next time I talk to him, I had to shout him out for that.
Already.
Hey, it's never had oxtail in the car. What's that about? I haven't either. Now, my wife will probably slap me for saying that I hate oxtail because I
Yeah, our oxtails are pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I don't know. It's some things that I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I've ever tried it or not, but I just never really.
It's one of those type meats that it
Mm,
has to be seasoned
mm,
seasoned properly. Like you can't
yeah,
miss a step when it comes to the seasoning.
I
Yeah.
got you. Yes, sir, Panther Dog. TP. Yep. Yes, yes, dig it. Yes. Mr. Hunky Door, what's going on? Yes, sir. I am the great cornholio today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He had told me shut the hell up.
How much for the tickets? That will be free 99. Okay, free 99. Again, FREE dash dot 99. Y'all need them. Just let me know. I can transfer 'em. Panther Dog said I can access all of them except for the joint practice, and now the joint practice is sold out. Some stuff going. Hey, well, you know what? I got a couple of extra tickets for both days of the joint practice too, Panther Dog. Just holler at me. Right?
Already.
I'm here for the ping pong. Yes, yes. Out in the car. Okay, we'll let you come on. You do your slides, but you have to have you have to go out and get you a ping pong paddle and a ball, and then we got to see how you serve. Okay. That was crazy. Good afternoon, fellas. Hello, my dear. Oh, and
What's
for
going on
everybody,
now?
the family is feeling much better. My daughter, my wife, and my mother-in-law, they're all out of their quarantine states, and just about back to business
Already.
as usual. Right.
Already.
So when we doing the Panthers online dynasty league NCAA 25, my Coastal Carolina Chanticleer ready to win. Hey, okay, go for it. Go for it. Hey, I'm rocking with the Charlotte 49ers, man. He said, "Shut up, I'm gatekeeping." Said my gaming channel, my OG, baby. That's where I go
Oh
to explore
God.
edits and my goofy corny self. I know, hey Quan, you was doing good, man. You doing great. You great. But the car said, "Oxtail is nasty." Now oxtail has to be seasoned properly.
That's right now.
That issue. $18 a pack. That's dope. So yeah, get asked. We have a couple tickets for back to football and some practices in August. Can't do that. Well, I play real tennis. I hear you, Nicard. I hear you. I hear you. All right,
Oh
Tony.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Bro.
No, no, I was gonna no, never mind. Nothing. Go ahead.
All right. No, it's on you, partner. Tell the folks why we in here today.
Oh, well, this is like I can't remember what edition this is, episode 3 or 4 of Agree or Disagree. So, I was thinking one of the main things that is on a lot of Panther fans' minds these days, including ours, is the health of our center and Ickey having to bounce back year based off what he put, what he produced last year. We all in agreement that it was basically a shitty year for Icky. I mean, ain't no way to sugarcoat that. And so my question uh to you, CJ, uh Icky Ekwonu and Austin Corbett will have a bounce back season. Agree or disagree?
Okay. All right. Now, before we answer the question, let's go ahead and bring on. We got a couple guests today. We're gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and bring the first one here, Brother Wiley, all the way from
Yes, sir.
Stiesselberg, Germany.
Really?
Yes,
There we go.
sir.
I'm
There
sorry,
we go.
man. I'm sorry.
Cecil Bird. Okay, I see you. I see. See you already. See this, Tony?
See,
He can't help himself. Can't help
I
himself.
hey,
can't. I can't. Hey,
he
this
can't.
this is one of my happy places, dog. This is one
It's
of my
all
happy
good.
places.
But Wally, what's
What's
going on, my
good, Wild?
man?
Hey, it's a good day, man. A beautiful sun out here. I decided to do it this time from I'm out in nature that everybody can see. So that way,
Okay.
I can actually get some air. Tony always talking about me smoking my cigars, but they ain't going nowhere, Tony. They ain't going nowhere.
Hey, I see. I
And
see. I
just for you,
see.
Tony. Just for you, Tony. I made sure I bring some drink because I know you're gonna make me drink
Already.
the rest of it.
Wow,
Oh
Mr.
my
Hunky Dory.
god.
Wow.
Yo.
That's
Yo,
that's what
that
we
that's
do.
got that's got to be in the running for comment of the year. When we get down to the
That
twenty twenty
that's what
four two fans in the stands award.
that's what we do. God damn.
Wow.
Here we go.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh, hold on.
oh
Wait a
my
minute. Wait a
God.
minute. Why you ain't warned me
Wait.
Debo was coming? I would have got rid of
Uh,
my
uh,
money.
look at this, Debo. Okay, all right, I see.
Yo.
Oh,
Oh my
Panther
god.
Dollar threw a
Okay.
flag on the play.
Yeah, you threw a flag.
Mr. Hunky Dory.
Already?
Oh my God.
Ah. Okay. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead. Ask Wiley
Yeah,
question.
so hey, Wiley posed a question to you and CJ. Well, not really a question, a statement to you and
Hmm.
CJ. Ike Quano and Austin Corbett will have bounce back season. Agree or disagree? Wiley, you go ahead and go first.
I will have to agree with Icky because we changed the way our blocking scheme back to his strengths. Now Albert, I mean Coburn, I don't know because he hasn't shown that he can stay healthy. That's the problem for me. So I disagree with the center, but the left tackle,
Mhm.
I think we're gonna be all right. Now, as long as Bryce realize Icky don't have fast feet, move up in the pocket, please.
Okay.
Glad you mentioned that. Glad you mentioned.
CJ.
Okay, now here's my thing. Okay, I don't know if Icky will have a bounce back season. For right now, I'm going to have to. And from the tape that I was looking at with Icky, anybody with a really good first step already did Icky in before the play was over. Okay, the
Yeah.
play was over. You had somebody that had a quick first step, they could dip that shoulder and get up under Icky. It was a problem. Now, mind you, every play did not result in a sack. He was, I will give him credit. He was good at recovering a little bit, getting turned around, getting a hand on that player, and pushing him past, Bryce.
Quarterback.
Okay,
Right.
so yeah, so he didn't give up sacks like that every play, but speedier rushers really gave him problems. What I think gave him the most problems, and like I said, Wiley, that's why I'm glad you brought that up. When there was nowhere for Bryce to step up to a lot of times because the two guards in the center spots, just on a lot of plays acted like they didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm feeling? And they were
Okay.
getting pushed back. And there was a lot of plays where he didn't have a place to step up. And it was only his only choice was to run left or right. And usually by the time he made that choice, it was a wrap. Okay. It was
Yeah.
a wrap. And I will say this. I think I think a lot of Icky's issues also came from terrible communication on their offensive. Now, when we saw the year before, okay, when they decided to be a smash mouth team, had Ickey, Christensen, Bozeman, Corbett, and Taylor Moton. You could tell they gelled. All right. The communication
Right.
was there. Everybody knew what was going on every play. Even the passing plays looked a lot better. All right. But this
Right.
season, when you had that revolving door, you had you had Christensen, had Corbett, who wasn't there yet. Okay. Then we had Throckmorton, Cade Mays, Angela Zavala, Gabe Davis. It's revolving door of guards. I don't think that the communication was ever, solidified enough for them to actually see. Because if you look at a
Right.
lot of plays, um, Icky and the guard, and even sometimes on the other side with Taylor Moton and whoever was the guard on the right side as well, they looked like they didn't quite know who was blocking who plays. A lot of those sacks were a defender that just ran past the two of them was looking like, oh, neither one of y'all gonna block me. I bet I'm out. You know what I mean? And they would and they're sitting there like this. Like it really looked like sometimes they were like this, and they were like, okay, I know my man right here got this dude. Man right here got this dude. And then you see Icky turn around like, shit, oh no, I'm wrong. I got to go. You know what I mean? So I
So there was
say
a lot of
a, a,
confusion.
a lot of confusion, a lot of miscommunication. Now, like I said, I think if they can ensure all that up and correct all that, hopefully everybody stay injury free. Got $1.7 trillion worth of new guards that we paid. So hopefully that will help. Tony, my
$2
bad, Tony.
trillion dollars.
1.7 trillion and a half. And I tell you, I got to throw a half on it when I'm emphasizing stuff. We got 1.7 trillion and a half dollars in guards, that we spent for on the off season. So I hope that helps. I do hope that helps. But for right now, I'm gonna slightly disagree with the hopes that Icky will prove me wrong, and I will come back on here and I will apologize to Mr. Ekwonu. Okay, that's
Okay.
that's my thought. Now, Austin, I just think Austin needs to stay healthy. Okay, I think he needs to stay healthy. We all are a
Okay.
little concerned because he never played center that any of us can up any paper. He's moving over. It's a different position. He's calling out all the line movements for offensive line and all that stuff. But it's got to be something that they know, and I mean the coaches, staff, everybody. They gotta know something. It's something they gotta feel that we don't really know, and they're confident in Corbett being able to play the center position. He just has to stay healthy. I don't necessarily think he has to have a breakout season. I just think he go out there and be healthy and know, he
Yeah,
ain't got
yeah,
to make the Pro Bowl for me. He just got to go out there and block. You know, call out the blocking assignments, block your man, and do your thing. But
right.
what I think Corbett have a breakout season.
No,
I
bounce
think it'd be a
back.
breakout.
Not a
Um,
breakout.
but,
Not a breakout.
oh,
Bounce
I'm
back.
sorry. Bounce back. Bounce back.
Yeah.
Um, okay. If he stays healthy, yes. Stays healthy, yes.
Okay. Okay. Are we gonna bring in our our fourth member, our fourth
Yes,
panel
sir.
member?
I probably I missed the call there. I was rambling on. What's up, Doug? How you doing, bud?
What up, Doug?
Chilling, 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 chilling. Not trying to be in
So
these busy
Doug,
streets, man.
yeah. So I'm gonna make the same statement to you that I made to Wally and CJ. Ickey Ekwonu and Austin Corbett will have bounce back seasons. Agree or disagree? How you feel
Well,
about it?
first I'm gonna say this: we're gonna have better coaching. We ain't got to worry about Gilbert running to the principal's office. That's number one. So, um, if you have a coach that actually works with their players, if they have a down year, you should see progression. If there is regression, we saw
Hmm.
progression, and then it went into regression and state regression. So again, like I said, one thing that we have to look at when you have rookies, they may have a good year, they may have a bad bounce back year, but the third year you're supposed to see what talent level you get. That comes from a tackle, from a quarterback, from a wide receiver, any position of player. Most of the time they say the development and the true talent that you have in a player will come out their third year, and that's when you really see the true talent. I think Icky will have a bounce back year, but Wiley made a good point. He doesn't have quick feet. I know. We've laughed at the videos of him, working in California, racing against people. That's all cool and dandy. But again, when you got that person across from you, like a Cam Jordan coming week one, you got to put all that training, all that tape onto the field. So, for him, I do think he will, but I'm hesitant because I have to see it first. With Austin Corbett, you're
Right.
gonna know out the gate. When Austin Corbett got to go
Yeah.
against Derek B when they put them pads on, you're gonna know how well that knee is. We ain't gotta wait till joint practice. And
I was
Ashawn,
just yeah,
whenever he goes against him, whenever they do those O line and D line reps, you gonna know from the jump.
yeah,
Yeah, he got that knee brace
yeah.
on, this is and that. But at the end of the day, you gonna know exactly how confident you gonna feel in that center position. That's all.
Okay. Well, let me ask you fellas this question. How do you feel about the overall center position for the fact that Austin Corbett has never played center before in the league and he didn't play center in college? And the fact that we were in position to draft a center, which was one of my biggest hopes that we draft a center in this year's draft because the talent level, in my opinion, was deep at center, and it was prime for the taking for one of the top three or four centers to be had, and we ignored it. So, given that information and knowing where we stand right now at the currently at the center position, how do you guys feel about it?
I'll say this real quick. One thing that we've alluded to, what did we say Icky was supposed to be a all pro at guard, right? If he played guard, he'll be an all pro guard. That came out
Right.
when he got drafted. When Austin Corbett got drafted, they told him when he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns, he would be a better center than guard in the league. One thing
Mm,
that a center has to have is communication and diagnosing line blitzes. That was a problem with Bradley Bozeman. Your center is supposed to diagnose the defensive line, but Austin Corbett was doing it when he was at the guard position. So one thing that he does have underneath his belt is he knows the communication across the line. That's different than playing it and going through snaps. But one
right.
thing that I do think again, before his injury history, he was regarded as one of the top guards. Like we do have Damian Lewis, we do have Robert Hunt coming in, and one thing, if you look at it, the type of scheme that we're gonna do, it's almost where he had sailed when he was at the LA Rams. But now he's not playing the guard position; he's playing the center position. So, like with Tony, there is a type of concern regardless of how you're good in the scheme, you still haven't played that position. So are you gonna be hiking the ball low? Are you gonna have high snaps? Again, practice, you're gonna know exactly what you need to see from an Austin Corbett based off of practice before we even have a preseason game or joint practices.
Mm. Go ahead, Wally.
Well, I think he did play center in the league, but only half a season at Cleveland. I think it was his second year.
No.
Like, yeah,
Mm-mm.
he played like a
He
half a.
didn't.
Yeah, he played some game. Hold on a second.
Okay. All
He
right.
I
played
think it
some
was
game. He
preseason. Wasn't it in the
Yeah.
preseason?
the center
Yeah.
was
It
out.
wasn't.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't regular season. I got the stats. We'll pull the stats up in a minute. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, but when he did play pretty good when he was playing. So Cleveland had confidence that he could actually play the position. It's just, they had an all pro center. So why would you, mess with all pro center? And plus, he does have good skills for his calling out plays, making sure the line is in the right position. When and from the guard position. So I don't have a concern regarding that. I have a concern with his health though. Because the last 2 years has not had given me faith in his health. I think he can figure it out. It's just like center requires time with the line, and also with the quarterback. I don't know if we can make up that
Right.
in the time we got.
Hmm. All right, CJ, what you think?
Um, I'm mad we didn't draft a center because we literally could have had anyone, and I do mean in anyone. We had our choice except for I think like Barton. I think Barton went. There you go, Tampa Bay.
Uh, I don't know. I'm
When
not sure.
now
Yeah.
mind you, we got David, which I'm more than happy with. Okay, but I think somewhere in those next couple picks, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to take somebody like you had your Jackson Powers Johnson, Dak Frazier. We was talking about what's my man Cedric Van Pran. There was
Tanner
another one out
Bartolini.
Anna Bartolini, yeah.
Yeah.
Bo Limmer from Arkansas.
Yeah, Bo Limmer from Arkansas, right?
So it was even if it was one that was in a later round, down, I would have been happier with that. But my thing is, and like Marcos Cash said, our backup center is Brady Christensen. I don't know how long that's going to last. I know he's taking reps, to kind of get a feel for the position, but I do think that, and this is my personal. He did pick up Andrew Ram, if I'm name right, the
Yeah,
center
from
from
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, undrafted
Yeah.
free agent. Okay, if things work out the way that I think they will, he'll probably end up being our backup center. Brady Christensen is probably going to, either side, just God forbid, case of an injury. But I think that's the way it's going to pan out. But me personally, I really would have liked to draft somebody probably a little higher up. And if you wanted to go on with this Austin Corbett experiment for this year, great. Had a have a legitimate backup.
Right.
That's my.
Right.
I'm still a little perturbed they didn't.
We didn't hear you. It sound like your mic cut out for a minute.
Oh,
What
my
you say at
bad.
the
I
end?
said I'm really a little perturbed they didn't address that.
Right, right. I agree with you. I think we both were upset with that. I was hoping that we would stay at 33 and 39, and our two picks would have been a cornerback and a center. I think those were two more pressing needs than a wide receiver and then turning around and getting the running back. So to me, um, I feel like those were two good pickups. Don't get me wrong, but there were other pressing needs and just as valuable pickups that we could have drafted at the center position and at the cornerback position. Two
Right.
areas that was of more need than wide receiver and running back. So okay, so
Hold on, real quick,
CJ, let's
Tony.
go ahead. Huh?
Oh, we
Oh,
we got a shout out to our good friend, Mr. Red turned Blue Swarm, okay, with the 4.99 super chat. He said, "What's
appreciate you,
good,
Red.
fellas? Hope you and your family is well. Preseason is right around the corner, guys. I'm so ready for football. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Hey, it was funny. We was
Mm-hmm.
talking about you yesterday, Red, when I was like, damn, I said, where all Blue Swarm at? You know, I said, I know he'd love to hear this right now. We was talking about the linebackers, the secondary. And here you go pop up. I'm listening. Hey, so again, man, we appreciate the super chat. Thank you, as always. Go ahead,
Okay.
Tony.
So um I'm gonna answer the question myself. I think they both will have bounce back seasons. The reason why I said that, one for Ickey, I think with the new offensive line coach, better guard play beside him, which I think for the whole offensive line last year, by that by both guard positions being unstable like it was, I think that
Mhm,
broke up the continuity that they could have had across the line. I think that affected the communication. I think Ickey, Taylor, and even Bradley Bozeman were trying to they were worrying more about who was beside them and helping them out instead of being able to focus on what was right in front of them, and in turn that cost them because what like with Bradley Bozeman, the way he was looking like his head was about to pop off on the swivel. You didn't see that in 2022. Okay. Um, the miscommunication that you seen between Icky and the rest of the left guards, you didn't see that miscommunication between him and Brady Christensen. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
We were hoping that those two could evolve from 2022 to 2023. That didn't materialize. We were hoping that not Icky, Taylor Moton and Austin Corbett, was going to build that continuity, on the right side going to 2023. That didn't materialize. So there was a lot of inconsistencies and a revolving door at the guard positions, which I think, um, you know, caused a lot of, like you said, miscommunication, um, uh, not having enough trust in the man beside you,
mhm.
and the scheme like MTM said about Frank Wright in the scheme. When you go from that smash mouth north south downhill run scheme to a more athletic, um wide zone, or stretch run scheme, which
Sweet.
the did not fit the type of the type of old lineman that you have. Cause one thing that we always talked about Bradley Bozeman, he was great if you're running north south downhill. He wasn't athletic enough for you to ask him to be a pulling center. You know what I mean? Or on a stretch run or wide zone play. That doesn't fit good into his wheelhouse. And with the other guards play, I think we saw that as well. I just think those two guard positions, because it was such a revolving door, that it affected the old line as a whole, along with the scheme, along with the coaching. Like the offense, you really can't point a finger at one particular person, one particular um position or anything. Just as an offense as a whole, it was horrible. And it start from the head coach and it trickulated on down to the players. With Austin Corbett, reason why I say about him having a bounce back season, his the bounce back season for him is coming back from those two major knee injuries, torn ACL. I think they rushed him back, brought him back too early, even though he came back, I believe, the week after the bye last year. I don't think he was ready. I think was trying to salvage some type of season. I think they was trying to bring in and have some type of protection for Bryce because Bryce was already getting beat up. So I think they were just trying to add a little bit more stability on that line. If the line would have played good or have been playing good, I think Austin Corbett could have waited a little while longer or possibly sat out the whole year. You know what I mean? But I think he was rushed back, and you saw the rustiness in him. It showed in his play. He only made it through 4 games last year. Then he strained his MCL, shut him down for the remaining 5 games of the season. So not only does he have to recover from 2 major knee injuries, okay, now you're asking him to play a position for the first time in a regular season game in the NFL that he's never done. I know they say that the center position and the guard position is really not that much difference, but in the grand scheme of things, it really is. Cause depending on the scheme and the system that you're in and what they're asking the center to do, it can be a little or it can be a lot. And I think when we always talking about the interior offensive line being the strong suit that we need to protect Bryce, give Bryce an opportunity to step up in the pocket when he needs to, you're taking someone that's coming off of 2 major knee injuries, playing him at a position that he's never played before in the league to protect your franchise quarterback. I don't know about anybody else, but that gives me cause to pause. You know what I'm saying? To me,
Hmm.
that makes me worry. If I was there with you at training camp this year, CJ, that's what I would be focused on. I would really be focused on the offensive line. I'll be focused on Austin Corbett and I'll be focused on Ickey because I think the offensive line will go as far as they go. You know what I mean? So
X.
that's the reason why I brought up Austin Corbett as far as the bounce back and what he can do as center. That remains to be seen. But we're gonna jump. I did pull up some stats that PFF have. And we'll start. I think the first one was with Ickey. So we'll pull up Ickey stats from 2022 and 2023. And you will see in 2023 he played about 130 more snaps total than he did in 2022. But I circled in 2023, I circled the sacks, the hits allowed, and the total pressures. Those were significant um numbers compared to 2022. In 2022, he only allowed 6 sacks. 2023, it was 11. He only allowed 1 hit in 2022 and 2023 it was 9. 2022 total pressures allowed was 27, but in 2023 44 pressures. Let me say that again,
A
44
lot.
pressures. Now I know some people may say, well, that's because he played 130 more snaps. I don't buy that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're playing good and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know the numbers would not look as bad as it did last year. He looked bad last year. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Regardless of what, he still looked bad last year. You are the franchise tackle. We took you with the 6th overall pick in the draft for a reason. Okay, but the thing about it, when you look at his college stats when he was at NC State, I think his freshman year he didn't give up any sacks. His sophomore year he gave up 7, and I think his junior year he gave up 3. Okay, the one that knocks on Ickey coming out of college was he was not as good in pass pro as he was in the run game. In the run game, his numbers are great. I mean, it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like he exactly what you want when you talking about um a smash mouth downhill north south running game. Okay, he's exactly what you want. You talking about people mover? He can definitely move some furniture for you. Ain't no doubt about that. But I remember when he came out, For me, I wanted us to draft Charles Cross because he was a lot better left tackle in pass pro than he was in than anybody else that came out the draft that year, whether it was Ickey, um, the guy that came out of Alabama, I can't remember his name, that went to the Giants, or and even the guy that went to New Orleans, I can't remember his name neither. Out of I think it was North Dakota State, South Dakota State was one. It was one of those FCS schools.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember
I know
his
you.
name, but yeah, he ended up starting for New Orleans, but then he missed most of the season because of a foot injury. But Charles Cross, in my opinion, was the better left tackle at the time, and that's who I was hoping that we would get. But fellas, y'all give me y'all opinion on the difference between the 2022 and 23, the 2022 season and the 2023 season, and do you believe that he can rebound and bounce back and have a good year based off the stats that you see before you? Doug, go ahead.
I was gonna let Wally go, but I'll go. I'll say this before, and I hope Tony don't get mad at me when I say this. Okay, the draft is over with. Yes, Cross, Alabama, whoever, they're our player now. And the reason why
Mhm.
they drafted Ickey was because he was a better run blocker than pass blocker. And as
Right.
us becoming content creators and etc., we do deeper dives into the game. One thing that you learn is you can't teach pass block, but you can teach run blocking. And what hurt us is we did vice versa. I'm leaving it at that. And again, that is what it is. You know that's on Scott Fitterer. You can blame that on the coaching staff, whoever. Again, the thing of offensive lineman, you can't teach pass blocking, but you can teach run blocking where they can get better at. I don't know why we didn't take the other over run blocking, but it is what it is. Going into
So
2020, go ahead. Go ahead, Tony.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you think it's easier to teach pass pro than it is run blocking?
No, what I said is I said you can't teach pass pro like you can teach run blocking. So what is
Okay.
cross? So what was cross plus going into the draft?
His pass pro.
His pass pro. And then
Right.
he's already been what to a Pro Bowl, correct? Since he's
I
been in
don't
the
think
league.
so. I don't think so. I
Alternate.
don't think Charles Cross. I don't think he's made a Pro Bowl yet.
Okay. Well, he made all rookie team. My apologies. He made all rookie team.
Okay.
He's made an honor since he's been in the league. But the point I'm making is one thing that Ickey struggles with is pass pro. Run blocking, you can teach
Hmm.
somebody to run block and get in front of somebody and use leverage. With pass pro, you can't do that. And that's where Ickey struggles at. One thing that you can say whenever he's lead blocker, nobody's coming in between him and either the quarterback or the running back that's running the ball. But when it comes to pass block, that's where his slow feet and his statue, he can't get out of his stance. But again, that comes with coaching. That's why I said in year 3, we should be able to see some type of progression. And if you have a coach that wants to coach you up and you do the work, we don't know. One thing I forgot who wrote the comment. I want to say I don't want to put a word in somebody's mouth, but somebody wrote a comment and said if you look at the pressers, Ickey doesn't look like he really cares about the mistakes that he had last year. It's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. We're in a new year, all this and that. You have to own up to your wrongdoings. You can't just sit there and say, oh, we're not going to talk about. There it is. Thank you, CJ. No, Nakari said it. I mean, you basically cannot be like that. You have to say I messed up and learn from your mistakes. If you're just going to say, oh, we're not going to talk about it, that's really saying that oh you don't care. So for me, like I said, I think when you have the proper coaching, if he puts in the work, and one thing that Dave Canals is doing as well, he's going to the strengths of his players. They're all great at run blocking, but at some point when it comes to pass blocking, one thing my guy Quan will always say, Ickey is slug footed, sorry, and he can't get out of his stance. So
Right.
for me, again, we have to see it. you can't say, oh, I don't want to talk about it. You'll see. We better be able to see it, because if not, we wasted a top 10 pick on a future left tackle. We can't go back, because again, you're thinking your offensive line is solidified. That's taking us a step back, where now you have to address a position that you thought you addressed it 2 drafts ago.
Hey, look at
Okay.
Panther Dog. He said someone on the coach staff did Icky dirty. Said he did it not trying hard. You know,
See,
Yeah, he did. He
that be
he
a
did.
possibility.
see,
Yeah, yeah, he did. He did admit to not trying hard. He did admit to being a little lazy, being a little content. He did admit that in one of the press conferences. I guess they were interviewing him in the locker room, but yeah, it was out there. I get it, but I think for Icky or any player in the NFL or whatever sports league, I think the one thing they want to do is, I know I had a bad season. I know I looked horrible out there, but there's no need for me to harp on it. He's trying to move forward, put that year behind him, and keep a positive mind. Now I understand that everybody in the media and fans, everybody want to hear this and want to hear him say that, but I don't think that's the most important thing. I don't think it means whether he's going to have a successful season this year or not, based on the fact that he may or may not have addressed the issue at hand. I know if it was me, I don't want to keep on harping on what happened in 2023 when I'm trying to move on from it and have a good 2024. It does me no good. So when in that from that standpoint, I understand his point.
Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead, Wally.
Well, I I hate to do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Do it, Wally.
If you look it's bad. If you look at what the quarterbacks we had the year before, and you looked at Iggy, when Iggy pushed the guys up the field, the quarterbacks actually stepped up in the pocket and actually slid over to the open area. Bryce didn't do that a
Mhm.
lot, and that contributed to a lot of the pressures. Now, him and Icky got to work that out, because Icky feet are not going to get any faster. So Bryce
Yeah.
going to have to take and look at what's in front of him and actually work with it. I understand you the quarterback, but the offensive line is what offensive line. That's what we have, and I hope that Icky did get faster. His footwork got better, and he's more dedicated. But I believe that it's a combination of between him and the quarterback, and hopefully the center is able to put the line in a better position. If the guard is actually playing the way, playing at a high level, he can actually relax and concentrate on his guy, instead of last year. Sometime I seemed like he was worried about the guard and sliding to the right instead of just taking care of his man. And then next you know, because it's slow footed, he was beat. And now Bryce, instead of stepping up, he stepped back. When he stepped back, ran right into the sack. That's me.
Hey, but
Right.
look at his comment here. He said, I think Coach Corral, Canales and Dan Morgan knows about Ike Ekwonu. They see something we. You know what? I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. I hope it's something that they see that we don't see. I really do. But
hey CJ, can I
but
ask this question? This can be for the
yeah,
panel.
go for it, though.
Hey, how you feel about this? And I think
Mhm.
Tony alluded to it, but I don't think we really paid attention to it. Yes, Icky did give up those sacks, but when we look at it, it is kind of hard when they throw a person right beside you every single day or every single
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
a different guard. And so for me,
yeah,
I would say this: it does not excuse his play, because at the end of the
right.
day, 1-on-1, you was getting your tail beat. But that
Facts.
could also mean I'm getting upset, because it's like it's so much blame for last year, and it goes from, and I know we're not talking about the player, but so many people blame Bryce, so many people blame the wide receiver, so many people blame the old line. You have to blame coaching in some type of way of this progression and the way that this offensive line played. 62 sacks is a lot for a unit. Yes, Icky gave up a double number of those sacks. But when you look
Yeah,
at the offensive line that we brought in, then you bring in the rotational guys. Some of these guys couldn't even play on any of the other 31 teams, and we just threw them out there to play alongside Ickey. So
fact.
yeah, we really have to look at it, and and I don't like, I don't, y'all know me, I don't like getting fussed, but it's like it's the more and more we talk about the season, people are not really breaking it down by levels to the offensive line. Yes, Bryce played bad, but then the offensive line as a whole played bad. Then you had injuries. Then you bring in a Zavala that was supposed to be a developmental guard that had traits, but then whenever you see he was not able to be coached up again, James Campen was not doing his job. So how can you really expect somebody out again? I like bringing it to the real world what we do. If I tell you I have the traits and you interview me, okay, you still have to coach, you still have to train me up. You just don't say, "Oh, go out there and do your job." No, it doesn't work like that. James Campen did
Right.
not train up this offensive line in year two. And then I'm going to even blame this on Frank Wright, and I'm going to let it go. Frank Wright came out and said, we're not a ground and pound type of offensive line. What did we do in the
Yeah.
very end of the year? We were a ground and pound offensive line. What is Dave Canales saying? We're going to run the heck out the ball. So for you to
Right.
even change the scheme up, and then that probably was an issue with James Campen that his coaching traits could not go along with a Frank Wright, then that's a issue.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Doug, also look at this comment here about making true money. If Frank Wright didn't wide receiver get open a lot either. Hey, I saw him calling everyone running curls a lot. Hey, how many times have I hollered on this channel? Two fans in the stands, okay? That on third and whatever, you see four wide receivers go down the field, and I'll be damned if all of them don't it'll be third and six. They'll all run 10 yards. They're all no, I'm sorry, 10. They'll all run 20 yards down the field. And every last one of them will turn around and curl out and stand there like, ah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh shoot. And I'm like, how often you going to do that and not realize that, okay, this is the Carolina's pattern. Third down and long, Frank Wright's gonna call 4 curl routes. We got that covered. We gonna sit back on all of
Yeah.
this. So I'm sorry, making sure I appreciate that. That was one of them that triggered me because I hollered that
Yeah.
all last season.
But to your point though, Doug, yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Because we had such a revolving door at the guard position, I don't think it allowed Ickey, Bradley Bozeman, or Taylor Moton to focus on what was in front of them. I think they were trying to compensate for the guys or whoever was beside them, which affected their play against their man. Like I said, I'm not going to put it all on the guards because just like you stated, a lot of 101s, you know what I'm saying? He was getting whooped out there last year. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think that revolving door, not at just one guard position, but at both guard positions and the scheme, all that factor into horrible offensive line play across the board. Now, with the addition of Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt, let me ask you guys this question. Even though it's on paper, we have not seen them play together with the rest of the unit. But just if you had to go off what's on paper, you know, do you feel better that we have upgraded the two guard position, and do you think the overall line play should benefit from this? And
Let me
anybody
go.
can
Let
go
me go
first.
first on this. Okay, so it's on paper, but there are also a lot of highlights out there on Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt. Okay, I do feel better about the two of them, albeit if they can stay healthy, because we have Corbett and we have Christensen, who are on the verge. Well, you could probably go ahead and throw Corbett in now is potentially being injury prone. I mean, he had two injuries on the same leg, in the calendar year. And then if I'm not mistaken, then Christian. I'm sorry, I say Corbett. I meant Corbett. If I didn't say Corbett, I thought I might say Christensen with the knees. Then you have Brady Christensen was out, all of last year, and didn't he get hurt? before the end of the previous season as well, the end of the 20,
Who's that?
Brady Christensen.
Yeah, Christensen and Corbett got
Yeah,
hurt in the same game against the Saints. The last game
that's
against the
right.
Saints.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Hmm.
Okay, but yeah, I do feel better with Hunt and Damian Lewis if they both can stay healthy. If you go and look at some of their highlights, some of the clips, hell, go look at the Panthers when they played the Seahawks last year. Go look at Damian Lewis and how he played against our defense. Look at him
Right.
how he likes to finish plays. He's just nasty with. I mean, the play is 10 yards that way. He still got his man and running him down the field. Hold on, my mic is low. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. But it was sometimes when you like speaking low, it kind of like sound like he cut out. I don't know
Okay,
if it's
my
the
bad.
the noise gate
It's
or
probably
whatever.
it probably my settings. My bad. I apologize.
Okay.
But yeah, I do believe that I feel better with those two at the guard position if they can stay healthy. Okay, hopefully we don't
Right.
get into this revolving door of guards coming in and going out because one like we had last year. Thank you, dig it. Thank you. I appreciate it. But
Oh God.
hopefully we won't have this situation where we have the revolving door of guards all season. But I do think that I do like the acquisition, and hopefully it will be able to help Ickey. And and I do want to say one thing. Okay, now we gave Bradley Bozeman hell last year. We gave Bradley Bozeman absolute hell all season long, and I think it was well
We
deserved
did.
for just that last
It
season. But
was.
mark my words, he's gonna go out there playing that Jim Harbaugh offense, and I guarantee you he's going to flourish. Go ahead, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, well, man, this is hard because I think the offensive line gonna be better based on what we brung in. Is I still don't have confidence in the center, and that's the key to the whole offensive line. Just
True.
me.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Facts. I'm with you on that.
Duh.
I thought Wally had more than that. I wasn't going,
No, 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 no. It ain't that. It's just it got a little louder.
Okay.
Nah.
No, for me, like I said, I mean, I spilled my part. The only other thing that I would say, y'all talked about the Saints injury with Brady Christensen, but y'all forgot he got hurt the very first game in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
a lot of these
Who? Brady
injuries,
Christensen?
yes, he did. Because you remember Zavala
Hmm.
played his first game, our very first home game, which is Monday night. He started.
Yeah. Remember Brady got hurt in
The
Atlanta.
very first game of the season against Atlanta.
Hmm. Okay. No, I just don't remember. Okay.
So,
If that's
so
it,
the reason why I bring that up because if you be honest about it, even though it's two different seasons, that's back to back injuries in 2 games. Not really able to really recover your body, and then you get hurt the very first game of the season going into the 2020 season. So
because
again,
his first injury was an ankle injury, right? He broke his ankle.
yeah, against the Saints, and then and then
Yeah.
and then for Atlanta, he tore his bicep.
Bicep. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um, the way I'm looking at it is it's just one thing we guys are where we're talking about starters. I think we have better depth this year. One thing that hurt us, we didn't have great depth, and one thing that um I don't know why our coaches won't do this, but we really haven't even get Brady Christensen the opportunity to play left tackle. I really think if we gave him a left tackle opportunity and then we allowed him to be on and move Ickey to guard, why do you think we brought in a serviceable tackle that can be a swing tackle? The guy out of Green Bay.
Yash Nyman.
Yash Lyman. Yeah,
So
Yash
again,
Nyman.
like I said, I mean, for me, it's a matter of there's pressure on a lot of these players because it's not, I don't want to say a bust, and I hate using that term because really and truly, how can you really call Ickey a bust right now? And he didn't even have a
Right.
coach to help him develop. Again, you got to do the work yourself, Ickey. We can't sit here and just put all the blame on James Camp, and I'll put it a 50-50. You got to put in the work as
Right.
a player, but then your coach got to coach you up as well. So, um, It's just a matter of time. Like, what's today? Today is the 13th. We have 11 more days till training camp starts. I think it's the 24th is
What?
the first day.
Yeah, I think it's 20. Yeah, I think it's 24.
So that's it. I mean, I ain't worried about it, man. I'm just ready to see it. Like I said, I mean, we love talking about it, but some of these players, I'm done talking about it. You got to show me. You got to show me so I can
Yeah,
show.
well, I feel you on that. On that note, let's move on over to Austin Corbett. So what we have here again, Austin Corbett, 2022 offensive snaps played was 985. 2023, he played 257 offensive snaps. I circled 2023 because this is the year that he came back from the ACL injury after the Week 8 bye. He played in a total of 4 games last year. And if you look at it, just 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 keep in mind that he only played 4 games last year, coming back from that injury and before he strained his MCL. And you look at the stats from 2022 when he played a full season, when he played 16 out of 17 games. When you look at the penalties, the sacks allowed, the hits allowed, and the total pressures, they were like almost equal when you look at the stats. But like I said, in 2022, there was 16 games, and 2023 there was only 4 games. So he was on a trajectory. If he would have finished out 2023, those last 5 games, those were going to be some horrible numbers, which, like CJ and I both have said in conversation, they rushed him back. He was not ready to come back. He looked like a shell of himself when he was out there. He didn't have the movement that he used to have. He didn't have the bend that he used to have. You saw him a lot of time getting beat one-on-ones with defensive tackles, making the defensive tackle look like they were rush outside linebackers lined up against him. That's just how it like his feet was stuck in the mud. So I'm kind of glad that they shut him down for the remainder of the season, even though he did strain his MCL. But I wish we wasn't in a position to where they rushed him back, and to me, may have contributed to the second injury. So now you got to come back, not only, like I said before, from those 2 major knee injuries, now you playing a whole new position that you had never played in a regular season game. And Wally, to go back to what you were saying about he played center before, it was in 2019 in the preseason, he played 203 snaps at center. But in the regular season, he played left guard that year, his second year in the league. That first year with the Browns, he played a total of 14 snaps out of 11 games, and they say 13 of those snaps was at tight end. So I'm pretty sure he didn't play tight end. So I'm thinking it was either he was like on like goal line, not goal line, but field goal, extra point, situations, things of that nature. But so how do you feel? I know we kind of like hit on a little bit, but CJ, how do you feel about this? Well, before you answer that question, I'm sorry, I apologize. Let's go to the
Yeah.
next stat, his college stats, because I know there were questions, that we've always had whether he played center before. These are his college stats from 2015, 16, and 17. Okay. He was a left tackle in college. To my surprise, I didn't even know this. He was a left tackle. He played all his snaps in college at left tackle. No guard play, no center play. 2015, he gave up 4 sacks, none in 2016, three in 2017. Um, as far as QB hits, 4, 2, and 4 from 2015 to 2017. Now I don't know what the reason was why they moved him from tackle to guard. I don't know what his arm length was, whatever the case may be. But I do know when he was with the Rams, one of the knocks that they always said about Austin Corbett was he was not as good in pass protection as he was as a run blocker. And even though he's not that big of a guy, he's a great technician and he had good feet. So, y'all tell me what do y'all think, and do this kind of solidify your thinking as to we should have done something as far as drafting a center in the draft. And how comfortable does the center position make you right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
Um, and I have -4 for 500 Pat. I'm sorry. I don't right now. I don't feel confident in the center position whatsoever. Um, and it's not that I don't think that Austin Corbett can do it. If the coaches have if the coaches have faith in him, then hey, who am I to sit here and say this now? I'm gonna have to wait and see. But I don't have any faith in what's behind, as far as depth, what's behind Austin Corbett, just in case he gets hurt again. Because like I said, he had two knee injuries on the same knee in a calendar year. And
Right.
if he does come out and if he does get hurt, we're left with Brady Christensen and the undrafted rookie Andrew Ram. Now, mind you, you never know. Andrew Ram might be a diamond in the rough, and it's one of them things where, I mean, at least he did play. At least he did play center position in college. So
Right.
you never know. But it does kind of make me worry that it feels like for right now, Brady Christensen is our backup. I hope that's not the case. But yeah, like I said, give me a -4 for 500.
Go ahead, Wiley.
Hey, go ahead,
Okay.
Doug.
Go ahead, Doug.
I'll say this for me is more of
The hell was it? A peep show?
I'll say the part for me is, like I said, you'll really know how strong Austin Corbett really is whenever he goes into training camp. You're going against Ashawn Robinson, you're going against a Derrick Brown. You'll know how healthy he is. Again, right now, I am not going to really jump, or it'll be an incomplete for me. Because again, what's the reason for doing so with with I'm trying to figure the word, like you don't really know. Like again, we haven't seen him in practice. We're just basing off of injuries. One thing that does scare me though is going back into whenever I was coaching in college, when a player gets hurt and they still have a knee brace on their knee after surgery and going to recovery, you don't trust that knee.
Well, they all
So
wear knee
Okay.
braces, even the ones that's healthy. All offensive linemen wear knee braces
that's not
on
true,
both
Tony.
knees.
Tony, that's not true. Not in NFL. In college, they do. Not in NFL.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
In college, you
You're
have
right. You're
to.
probably right. Yeah.
In
Yeah,
college,
I
you
know in
have
college.
to.
Yeah.
In college, you have
Yeah.
to. For me, like I said, I just have to see it. Like I really don't know how much I really trust him. I really don't. Again, I have to see. I mean, you're going against a top 5 D tackle in Derrick Brown. That's gonna help. You're gonna know where he stands at. Can that leg hold up? So for me, it's a 0. Well, you said on the scale of 1 to 10, right?
Yeah.
I got a 0 because again, it's
Yeah.
incomplete. You don't know. But again, you would know when them pads come on. And I will tell you this: you don't have to wait till the pads come on. Wait till they start shell. When they're in the shells and you at least got shoulder pads on and you're in shorts, you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Well, this
Yep.
this, this is all based off of his injury history, the fact that he's coming back from those two major knee injuries and never played the center position before. So that's the only thing that we have to gauge um what could possibly be the performance going forward, because he's never played the center position. If we're talking about and what people have been talking about ever since we drafted Bryce Young, and then ever since Bryce Young was getting his head knocked off and getting pushed in the dirt pretty much every single play, we talked about being able to protect Bryce Young. If you go back to when Tom Brady, not only when he was at New Orleans, when he first came to Tampa Bay, what's the offensive line coach that we have here now?
Oh,
What's his name?
Gilbert.
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 Gilbert
Yeah.
was the offensive line coach in Tampa Bay when Tom Brady came to Tampa Bay. And one of the things that he always said was, if you want to keep Tom Brady upright or any quarterback upright, you have to solidify the interior of the offensive line, right? So if we know that we have a franchise quarterback that's small in stature, whatever his height is, whatever, his weight is or whatnot, you want to talk about give him the opportunity to step up in the pocket when he needs to. You not only have to solidify, in my opinion, you not only have to solidify the two guard positions, the center of that anchor is the center position. Okay? That is the center of the anchor of that position. That's the centerpiece. What I'm trying to say. That is the centerpiece of the offensive line. Guard, center, guard is the most important, in my opinion, parts on the offensive line. Now I know people say the left tackle because the left tackle protects the quarterback blind side and he gets paid the most. Okay, cool. I get that. But for me, if you want to create a pocket around the quarterback and give him time to step up into said pocket, you need to solidify not only the two guard positions, but the center position. And right now, on paper, we do not have the center position solidified. There are a lot of questions at that center position. And God forbid, I you know what, I don't even want to put I'm not going to even put out there in the ether. I'm not going to say it. But a lot is riding on Austin Corbett, not only staying healthy, but playing good at that center position. He has to be good at that center position. He has to be able to hold anchor at that center position. He can't do like what Pat Afflon did when we brought him in, always finding himself 2-3 yards in the backfield.
That
Can't
name
can't
is
nobody
banned
can't
on this channel.
that
I'm sorry. That name is banned. There are two names that are banned on this channel. Pat Ifline and Cam Irvin. I'm sorry. Proceed. My bad. Sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you want to create that pocket for that quarterback, it's gonna start at that center position. Because if he always got a nose tackle or a defensive tackle in his lap, where he gonna step up to? I'll wait.
Hey, I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So that's why I really hope that we would have addressed that position in the draft. That's why I harped on it as much as I did. Just kept saying I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope. And now look at it. So we have no proven center. Nobody that has actually played a regular season snap in the NFL or college. Brady Christensen didn't play it in college, and he's gonna be the backup. He was a
Hold on,
3-year starter at left tackle at Brigham Young. Okay,
hey, let me make this point. And
go
this
ahead.
is a two-parter. You got somebody from undrafted, which the boy from Oklahoma was supposed to be drafted. We just got lucky and lucked up where he fell off the draft board. But
Yeah.
this experiment, because this is exactly what it is an experiment. If this experiment does not work with Austin Corbett, Brady Christensen, and the undrafted rookie, who's more to blame, Dan Morgan or Dave Canales? And right before you answer, Dave Canales said that he entrusted that Austin Corbett can be a great center. That's the reason why they didn't draft one.
But there you go.
Mm.
That's all he did
Okay.
right there.
Now my rebuttal to that. What is Dave Canales basing that off of?
How you gonna ask a question with a question? That's your saying. How you gonna answer a question with a question?
Hmm.
No, that's my rebuttal because you didn't ask me a question to answer. You made a
I did
statement, and
ask
I'm
the
giving a
question, Tony. The question was, who will be to blame if the experiment don't work? Dave Canales or Dan Morgan?
both. They both will be. Cause they both made a decision not to draft the center and roll with Austin Corbett. Yeah, they both will be.
I got you. Now to answer
Hey,
yours, I would say this: I have no clue. We don't know. Again, like I said, we're basing all this off of um what they're saying. We haven't seen anybody in training camp. I'm glad. Here go Panther Dog. Here you go.
Instigator,
hey,
instigator.
he on your side for once, though. He on your side.
Yeah.
I would
He
say
on your
this.
side.
I really can't wait. I won't be there on the 24th. I
Mhm.
I can't wait to see. I know my brother, my co-host, gonna be there, and I know CJ gonna be there. Again, it's gonna be
Yeah,
the first day. It's gonna be a lot of criticism, dissecting particular players.
yeah,
And you had to give it time because first day, you're not gonna really know nothing. But by
right.
Saturday, when they got all them fans there, you gonna know something. You gonna know who be getting their butt whoops. You gonna know who actually came in ready for training camp. And you gonna know exactly who's ready for the season. So again, we don't
Yeah,
know. And like I said, this is all us voicing off of last year. He may be a top 15 center. That's average. He may be better than you know how you got below average, average, and above average. We don't know.
hmm
We're just basing this off of injury because we all thought there were quality centers out there that we could address this issue, and we never did.
but not just injuries though. The inexperience. We
Yeah,
have no experience at the center position.
yeah.
Not on our projected starter or backup. We have no experience at the center position. But
Hey,
that's a lot though. If you're talking about if you're talking about your offensive line being better than what it was last year, and you're talking about protecting your franchise quarterback, I I honestly feel like they missed the boat when it came to an opportunity of drafting a center in this draft. I really
hey,
do.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know what's a quick way to find out? Remember when they had the not the lock blueprint. Remember they had the blueprint and they had that clip where you had Big A Sean was matched up against Brady Christensen. Brady Christensen like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
man, you struggling. A Sean looked at him was like, nah, my dude, I was struggling at all. That's what we call leverage, my friend. Leverage. Hey,
yeah,
let me tell you, first day of practice, take A Sean Robinson big ass and put him right over Austin Corbett and see what he do. We get our answers quick, fast, in a hurry, and then you know what you need to do from here on out. Hey, that's just
yeah,
my thought.
yeah. Wally, what you think? Is it back?
Oh, while we was running
Okay.
down the road earlier, he might fell in the ditch. We had to call him
All
and check
right.
on.
That hey, that's what they get with them cigars and that little drinking drink. But I digress. I digress. But yes, well,
Oh, hold on, Wiley, hold on.
oh, okay.
All right, there you go.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, you got you. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. My doggone
Good.
phone died on me. I'm sitting here, I had like a 90%
Uh,
charge. I don't know what that was. But
Hold
hey,
on. I don't think. Hold on. Wally. I don't think he on the screen. Oh, there you go. There you go.
yeah, he on there.
yeah,
Okay. Go ahead, Wally.
yeah. So I listened in to what y'all guys said. I, I don't have any confidence in the center position either. And unfortunately, we did not address it in the draft. We took players that I guess skill position players over solidifying our quarterback because I thought the quarterback was the most important position. And when we went out and got all those linemen, I'm thinking we're gonna draft a center. But Brady, Austin Corbett this year, I believe will before we even get into the we got a training camp. I don't think he's gonna be still the starter. And maybe that young man out of Oklahoma, and only because he has experience. He don't have experience at the NFL level, but at least he knows how to play the center position. and because experience at that position is important. Because if you can't, it's like quarterback. If you can't direct the traffic on that and make sure the offensive line is in sync, then your position, I don't care how strong you are and quick feet you are, you cannot direct the traffic and you can't keep the quarterback clean. And that's my problem with this. Maybe they know something we don't know, but I doubt it
Yeah,
because last year they did a whole bunch of stuff we thought, oh, maybe they know something we don't know, and they tried to make guys that are elephants, act like they were ballerinas. Come on, what I'm saying?
yeah,
So they don't give me no confidence. So hopefully this year, because we're gonna be running directly at people, and the offensive line coach did miracles last year at Tampa Bay. If you look at Tampa Bay, all those injuries they
yeah.
had, they still play good. I don't care who they brung in, they play good. So maybe he knows something we don't know. I'm praying he does, and that we can keep Bryce as clean as we can, and we can have a good season.
Facts,
Hey,
facts.
hey, here's a hold on here, Roscoe Dash. I had to say that, but it
Will
said,
you
would you
guys?
guys be
Oh, go ahead.
comfortable with a rookie starting at center? To be honest with you, over Austin Corbett, who has never played center really, yes, I would.
Yeah,
I would. I
yeah.
really would. I
And
really
and
would.
and and to go a little further on that, if we would have had the opportunity to draft JPJ or Zach Frazier or Cedric Van Pran,
Had the opportunity.
or uh Tanner Bartolini or Bo Limmer out of Arkansas, I think any of those five guys could have came in and had a great opportunity, great chance of starting day one. You talking about Zach Frazier, been a 4-year starter at West Virginia. Cedric Van Pran been a 3-year starter at Georgia. Uh, I think Bo Lemon started 2 years at Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. You talking about these guys are natural centers. You know what I'm saying? They have played this position their whole collegiate career. Not at left guard, left tackle, right tackle, they have been sinners. So with that type of experience, and all those guys have over 2,500 snaps at the center position, that means something. Okay, that means something. That like if when you go back when you talk about a center being able to start, look at what Tyler Linderbaum did for the Ravens. Undersized
Pro
center,
Bowler.
but was a dog at Iowa state champion wrestling. I think he was on the wrestling team at Iowa. You know,
Wrestling.
he knows technique. Technique is rock solid. He I think he's what like 295, 300 pounds. But you cannot tell when he's in the game because he has the experience that transfer from college to the NFL. We have none of that, no whatsoever at the center position, from our starter to our backup.
Let me play devil's
Yeah.
advocate because
Go ahead.
again, I'm gonna say this: the draft is over. How many trade backs did we have throughout this draft?
Hmm.
Let me
Let me
Like three.
three.
I think I
Yeah.
think I think it was three, and then we traded back up.
three, right? So
Yeah.
you can make that point, Tony. This is nothing to you because we've you've been on my channel. I came on your channel. We did mock drafts. We broke down players we thought the Panthers should have
Well,
drafted.
you always on our channel.
Uh,
Hey, he brought it up.
CJ, get him under control. CJ, get him under
I
control.
Go ahead, Doug. Go
no,
ahead.
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Doug.
go ahead, man. What you talking about? Oh,
Oh
here we
God.
go. Go ahead, Doug. I'm gonna mute my mic, man. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Take advantage of it, Doug. I think it's the first time it
Mm.
happened.
No, hey, this two fans in the stands. He good. He good. He good. I'm a guess. I'll be quiet.
Nah, you good, Doug, man. Go ahead. Go ahead with your comment, Doug.
No, I'm just saying. You look at it. We really don't know which center they wanted or what particular draft point that we wanted it. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
true.
You're right, Doug. And the thing about it is, even late in the draft, we had the opportunity to pick up a lot of those guys, but we chose other players. So they must have done it for a reason. We don't know the reasoning. And I see the need for a tight end, and I definitely do. And definitely after Miles last year's his season last year, we had to get a running back. The only thing I question though is, did we really need a receiver? That's where we could have, to me, got that center to lock it down, and then we had a outstanding offensive line for the future.
Yeah.
That's the only
But
question I have.
but you know what though? I don't mind I don't mind Leggett. Okay, for me, you can that was a good move. Okay, but then we still had 39. Okay, we still had 39. They traded back, picked up. If I'm not mistaken, they traded back Rams, and that's when we picked up the extra second round pick for next year. Right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Van Pran didn't get selected until like the third round. Wasn't he like a third round pick?
I think Van Pran was like a fifth round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so something like because I know a lot of people in the chat. I think I forgot who said it. I think it was Panther Dog. Yeah, he said other than the injuries, I feel Corbett is going to be fine. And you know what? I think you're right, but I think the injuries is the big glaring thing right now. Okay, and if he does go out there and get hurt, then we'll see. You know, the Panthers should have invested in a center. I think a little higher than maybe Andrew Ram. Like there were a lot of good options that we could have picked. Okay, that we really could have picked because we have a. I know Jonathan Brooks is going to be a good player. You know, but if you go back and look at, it, and I even asked the question, did we really need? Okay, know, and like I said, and don't get to quoting me. Quote me if you want. I'm not saying that I'm not happy he's here. Okay. But I do think there were plenty of opportunities to draft a center. And if Austin Corbett, if his knee doesn't hold up and he does get hurt again, we're left with Brady Christensen, and Andrew Ram. And like I said, I hope the guy that Brady Christensen, by the time the season starts, is not even in conversation at all. But yeah.
Yeah. It but the thing is for me that we're talking about this now, and basically all I'm saying is the way I felt before the draft, the way I felt during free agency is the same way I feel right now because we didn't do anything, in my opinion. This doesn't mean CJ or Doug or Wilder, anybody else. I feel like, and probably there's some other Panther fans as well feel like we didn't address a position of need. I feel like the center position was definitely a position of need, and for the value where we picked, whether it was 33 or 39, there was good enough value at the center position that we could have took either one of those centers. And I'll go a little further and say this. You can have all this good skill positions players that you want. You can have three or four number one, number two wide receivers. If your quarterback ain't got the time to throw them the ball, it don't mean a damn thing.
Say that again.
It don't mean nothing. So when we talk about building a team, that's why people always talk about building a team from the inside out. It always starts in the trenches, from the offensive line to the defensive line. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way around it. It is what it is. If we go back and we look at all the things that we picked on Bryce Young about last year, what he couldn't do, and this and that. If you want to see better production from Bryce Young, and you want to be able to see him do the things that he didn't do, and a lot of people feel like he can't do, if you want to give him the opportunity to do those things, you have to solidify the offensive line. Like we all know, he's 5'10, he's not 6'4", 6'5". So if he can't step up in the pocket and deliver the ball accurately and on time, I don't care who's playing wide receiver or tight end. It will not matter.
Yep, and
Period.
that's the thing, man. I understand is we talked about Bryce. You're right, the whole year. I'm like, if we value this guy, why didn't we invest in what he needs the most? And we addressed it, I believe, a receiver that could get open. So why did we take a receiver instead of an offensive lineman? I still don't get it.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel you.
Our facts.
I feel
I'm
you.
with you on that one, Wiley. I'm with you on that. Anybody else got anything else?
Nah, hey, me personally, no, I think you done crashed Icky and and Austin Corbett for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Not. I wouldn't say we really trashed them, but hey, the stats are the stats. We both know that Icky had a horrible year last year. And we're just saying it's not Austin Corbett's fault that he tore his ACL and then they rushed him back and then he strained his MCL. We're just talking about the lack of experience on not only on his part, but at the center position, a position that he's going to be entrusted with going forward and being the starter. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing with that. He has no game experience playing the center position. I know it's right next to the guard, but he still has not played center in the pros or in college. And now to some people, it may not matter, but to me, that matters. Especially when you talking about protecting your franchise quarterback and all the negative things that came about him in his play last year. What if you want him to have the opportunity to answer, to put some of those questions to bed, solidify the offensive line. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Wally.
Facts, facts.
My thing about it is, you, if we had Cam still, I wouldn't be so
Here
cautious
you
about
go.
this. But no, what I'm
Oh,
trying to say is, he took a lot of beating last year. We don't want this young man to do the same this year. And if we
right.
want him to sign an extension, that's what we all want. And if we want that to be our quarterback of the future, and he pans out, uh, injured quarterbacks don't last. And running up the middle, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna put the biggest tackle they got. They're gonna right there in the middle. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna take and do a swim move right there or exchange right up the middle. And then where Bryce gonna go? Come on, man. This
Yeah.
this ain't right. I'm just me. I don't think this is thought out. Maybe they thinking they're gonna get somebody off waivers, but that's stupid too to me. Cause how you gonna get somebody off waivers at center when it takes time?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
just it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
I
Before
agree with you, Wiley,
okay.
because if if the plan was to make Bryce as comfortable in the pocket as possible, then you let go of your center because you say, hey, that's a new need. But then you move your guard over the center who hasn't played center, but then you don't do anything really substantial, in my opinion, to address that in the draft. Yeah, I feel you. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let me hold on, Doug, before you go, let me Austin Wright say he played center early in his career. Well, he didn't play center in a regular season game, Austin. That's what we was talking about. In 2019, he played 200 plus snaps in the preseason. But as far as a regular season, he hasn't played a snap at center in the pros or in college. He hasn't played any center at the college or the pro level in a regular season game. Go ahead, Doug.
No, I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing.
Okay.
Wiley, what you got, big dog?
I just don't understand how the offensive line coach gonna make a miracle happen. He made a miracle happen I guess last year. Remember the center they had went down first game. What the first second game in Tampa last year, and they had like two two other centers play last year, rookies, undrafted guys, and they played pretty good. Maybe that making the guys overconfident, you
Okay.
can do it again. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hope not.
Uh, hey.
I mean,
Oh, don't go. I thought you was done. Wally, my bad. Go ahead.
no, I'm good. Go ahead.
Oh, now I'm gonna say, be wise. If y'all want to, because I know a lot of people like to follow PFF and use PFF. So I got the stats from PFF, but those stats I also backed them up by researching them on ESPN.com. He hasn't played any center in the regular season in the NFL. He may have been lined to be the starting center or whatnot, but in the Super Bowl, he played right guard. He has not played any starting center in the pros or in college. But, you know, yeah.
Got
All right. Go
Tone, you
ahead.
got
Go
anything
ahead.
before we get out of here, boss?
No, man. Hey, look, I'm just glad these guys joined the panel today. C Doug, Wiley, our brothers, in arms. Um, you know, hey
Definitely.
man. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I know I ain't got too much, man. Go ahead and take us out.
Right, y'all. Okay, as always, if you made it this far in the live, you still listen to us. Thank you. Okay, if you haven't, please hit that like button on your way out the door. We appreciate it. Help us out with the YouTube algorithm. As always, you can check us out on all at Two Fans and over on what we dub as Twitch. Catch us at Fans ITS. Right, and as always, I'm going to take everybody out with three things. Okay, number one, y'all be good. Number two, y'all be safe. Number three, as always, like the great Cornholio would say, keep pounding, man. We'll see y'all.